Proceed, Martin.
Yes, so as I was saying, many people don't realize just because you are a producer or a director, without the crew and the cast, you're nothing.
Agreed.
You can have a vision, but you actually need your team to make sure that vision comes to fruition. You can be the best producer or director in the world, but you still have to have the team with you.
Exactly.
Watching your back.
That believes in you and believes in your vision and follows your lead. And that's something that I've learned also as well, that in life, when you look at history, you look at civilizations, you look at pyramids, how things are built is not by one man, but is by groups of people. And that follows in also in the movie industry, when you're a director or producer, you need a team. And with that team, you see your vision come alive.
It all comes down to teamwork.
Correct.
And whoever says the contrary is unfortunately mistaken.
Absolutely.
There's never a one-man band when it comes to filming.
Absolutely. And even in war, you always have the general or the captain leads his army into battle. But at the end of the day, he may be the head, but he still has his team to support him and to guide him as well as he guides them. You know?
Yes, correct.
So, on to question 3. If you had a chance to do it all over again, what would you do differently?
Well, I would have to go back to question 2.
Okay.
If I had a chance to redo that mistake, I wouldn't tell my friend to direct that film, and I would just not help him further his career.
I understand.
Knowing how he reacted.
Fair enough. I understand. Okay. What are life areas you feel you need the most growth in yourself?
Well, I have a flaw. I'm sure that everyone has a flaw in their lives or two. My main flaw is that I trust people too quickly.
Oh.
I have learned the hard way not to do this as time goes by. But unfortunately, it takes more time for me to acquire the trust now of a person because of the problems I've had in the past, or the backstabbings I've had in the past. So this is an area I definitely need more growth on, to trust people.
I agree with you. I feel the same way. But I still believe, I still feel that life is beautiful, and I love to meet interesting people, and I believe that there's good in people. Not all, but there's good in people, and I think it's just a matter of finding the person throughout your life that you click with to build that wonderful friendship,
Indeed.
Question 5. What are the good and the bad of being a filmmaker in this industry?
Well, I suppose my views on the good is to create an idea that you turn into something magical by establishing a working relationship with other creative individuals and work hard on making that idea into a movie. We go back to what we mentioned before, teamwork. You get the right crew, you get the right cast, and you have magic. But everyone has to chip in. It's a very beautiful experience when you have the right team with you, especially having your back as well as you have theirs. And especially if they also share the same passion and drive that you have to create that magic. You meet many characters along the way, and you always learn from them the same way as they learn from you. So this in itself is a plus. As you grow, then your experiences grow with you, because every day is a learning curve. You always learn something new every day. No matter how much experience you have in life, there's always something new that you will learn.
Correct.
And this is what I use a lot to further develop the projects into a more creative individuals and professional people that that I will make sure that they will make sure also that we're on the same page when it comes to a particular project.
Beautifully well said.
Thank you very much. I suppose the negativity of that aspect of being a filmmaker is obviously, or the main one, because I'm sure there must be many, is the finance for the project. So ultimately you can have the best idea in the world, but without the finance, you have no movie.
Correct.
Because unfortunately, without the finance, you can't have the crew, the cast, locations, and everything else that comes with making a production. So this is a long road that needs to be covered with trust and a good reputation, so the investor who will fund your movie will then feel more comfortable that they have a good professional person ensuring that their money will then make a tidy profit at the end of the day. Although we must also bear in mind that movies are not always guaranteed to turn a profit. You know? So here's also where the relationship comes into play between an investor and a producer. Some investors will prefer to have a good return on the investment, ROI. Others will just say, right, look, I've invested with you already in 5 other features, you know, and I love how you do it. I love your work. I don't care if this particular project doesn't make an investment, a profit, but I still want to invest with you because I believe in you. And there are investors out there who actually do that, surprisingly, even today, which is always a plus.
Wow.
Also, on a negative part, because now we're entering a new world of this COVID-19, this is also a scary part also for any filmmaker, because of all the new regulations in place, social distances, for example, and protocols. You know, scenes, for example, that maybe before there were simple scenes, even for just a kiss or a hug, or having 100 extras in one enclosed environment. Now, to do those scenes, you have to really think hard of how you're actually doing it without having the insurance knocking on your door, not to do it because of cases of COVID-19 claims afterwards. So this is also a negative part of that, how to deal as we move forward in this new world of COVID-19 pandemic regulations. But there's always a way around it. You can use green screen, you can use chroma key, you can use different angles of the camera work. You know, even for a particular film, you can have a married couple and they can easily do the kiss because they've been living together or they've been quarantined together. You can have, I know that a colleague of mine made a film in Norway and he actually had the entire crew and cast quarantined together for 14 days before filming. And, you know, he actually shot the film, rather surprisingly, without any problems afterwards.
One of my latest projects is called Capture the Flag. That's a working title, of course. And it's produced by Dragon Slayer Entertainment. I have to give thanks to my business partners in Dragon Slayer Entertainment. That's Tom Deaver and Randy Hilsman, for their trust in allowing me to be the senior producer of that project.
One side question I have for you about the COVID-19. Do you think moving forward, will society, I don't want to say go back to the way it was, because I don't believe it will either, but do you think it will improve from this point?
Well, at the moment, because there's no present vaccine, everyone has to be more cautious than before. Once a vaccine is in place, hopefully at some point, hopefully before or maybe just after next year, then this whole COVID-19 issue will be a thing of the past. Because everyone will be at some point in their lives vaccinated against it. But the problem is now between now and then, in the middle, what happens to the main public or the main people responsible on the film set to avoid being contaminated with the COVID-19. And this is a problem that, unfortunately, no one really knows. Will we return back to normal? It will take a long time. I don't think it's going to happen even if the vaccine is available tomorrow. In 2 days' time, we'll revert back to where we were about 4 months ago. It won't happen that quickly. It may take it may take up to 4 years for that to happen. So it's going to be a long road ahead of us.
I agree. Usually things get worse before they get better.
Indeed.
Well, everyone, that's the end of our show. I will say, I know Martin told you guys his coffee that he's drinking for the night, but I would like him to also tell us what other coffee he enjoys drinking besides cappuccino, if you don't mind. And then I'll tell you the coffee I like to drink, or I'm drinking right now.
I don't mind. I love my cup of espresso.
Oh,
in the
okay.
mornings.
Wow. All right. You like it strong and dark, or you put a little sugar, or what do you?
Well, for the espresso, just 1 sugar and a little bit of cream, not a lot.
Oh, okay. You always liked the espresso even as a kid?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Especially in the mornings, make sure you're wide awake.
oh yes, I know. Get you going.
Indeed.
Well, I want to say this again, thank you for joining us. And the coffee of the evening that I'm drinking, Martin, is called El Salvador Single Origin Honey Castillo. And it's 100% Arabic ground coffee. And
Wow.
yeah, it's not bad. I like my coffee with a little bit of milk and 1 teaspoon of sugar. So not too sweet, not too, strong, just in between.
Well, that sounds very nice.
All right.
I'm sure it tastes lovely also.
Thank you. Again, I just want to say thank you for joining us, and hopefully we can have you again on the show, Martin, and you can give us an update on your projects and that action trilogy that you talked about, the cruise. I'm really fascinated with that, and I wish you all the best and all your luck with everything you do, and hopefully, throughout your journey, you find people you can trust and people who have your back, because I believe we need that more in this industry, because there's a lot of wonderful people, and it would be a shame to, because of bad experiences, shun yourself away from people that could change your life,
Indeed. But I always like to be positive, and I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I always, make sure I trust them to a point, and as we progress our relationship, I continue to trust them even more.
Likewise, Martin. And I will definitely be keeping in touch with you, because I think you're a fascinating person, and I think your life is very interesting. If you don't mind, we'll talk further and maybe have a cup of coffee one day.
We never know. Maybe one day we will.
Excellent. Well, you have a wonderful evening. I know it's late over there, so enjoy your coffee. Hopefully it won't keep you up too late, and we'll touch base again. And I'll let you know when we will meet again. Sounds good?
Well, sounds good. It's been a pleasure having me on your show. I appreciate the welcome you've given me, and I look forward to meeting you in person at some point in our lives.
I agree. Same here, Martin. Take care.
Have a good afternoon now.
You too. Bye-bye, Martin.
Bye-bye.
And we're out.